Everyone said the same thing about him. He's a road course guy. Put him on an oval, and he falls apart. And for a while, the results seemed to prove it. Phoenix, Las Vegas, Homestead race after race in 2025. Shane Van Gisbergen was stuck at the back of the pack. The critics got louder, the doubt got heavier. But then came the Easter break, and everything changed. NASCAR Insights dropped their advanced stats for the 2026 season, and suddenly, the conversation flipped overnight. The same driver everyone had written off was now sitting 14th in the Cup Series standings after just 7 races. Not only that, he had already collected multiple top 1-5 finishes on ovals. And slowly, something even bigger started happening. The criticism went quiet. For the first time, insiders weren't asking if SVG could compete on ovals anymore. They were asking when he would win on one. Because this wasn't hype anymore. It was data. To understand how we got here, you have to go back to the beginning. Shane Van Gisbergen wasn't a rookie learning from scratch. He arrived in NASCAR already as one of the most decorated drivers in the world. 3 Supercars championships, over 80 race wins, Bathurst 1,000 victories, endurance wins, international podiums. He had done everything in road racing before ever touching a NASCAR machine. Then came 2023, his first ever Cup Series start. Chicago street course. 0 experience in Cup racing. No oval background. And he won. From his very first start. A moment so shocking it hadn't happened in 60 years. Overnight, SVG became the most talked about name in motorsport. Trackhouse Racing didn't hesitate, they brought him in full-time. In 2024, he ran Xfinity to learn NASCAR properly. 3 wins. Solid season. Cup cameos on ovals. But the struggles were obvious. His best oval finish that year? Outside the top 25. It was clear. Road courses were natural. Ovals were a different world entirely. Then 2025 arrived. Full-time Cup Series. Number 80, 8 Chevrolet. And on road courses, it became absolute domination. He won 5 of 6 road course races. Mexico City? He won by over 16 seconds, the biggest margin in nearly 30 years. Chicago again. Watkins Glen dominance, Sonoma control, Charlotte Roval destruction. He wasn't just winning, he was demolishing the field. By mid-season, he had 5 Cup wins in just 38 starts, faster than some of the greatest names in NASCAR history. But while road courses looked like perfection, ovals told a completely different story. Phoenix, 31st. Las Vegas, 34th. Homestead, 32nd. Struggling, lost, still learning, SVG didn't hide from it. He admitted it openly. The problem wasn't the car, it was him. He simply didn't understand how oval racing worked yet. And that's what made it even more difficult. Because oval racing in NASCAR isn't just different, it's completely alien compared to road course racing. Full throttle into corners, blind trust in grip, constant airflow battles, no margin for hesitation. SVG described it simply, you have to trust the car completely, even when everything in you says don't. And for someone coming from supercars, that trust doesn't come instantly. It has to be learned. What makes SVG's story so rare is simple. He's a world-class driver, already proven at the highest level, but instead of staying comfortable in what he knows, he chose to learn NASCAR's hardest discipline, live in public, with no safety net, no hiding, no private testing bubble, every mistake, every struggle, every learning moment, all of it visible. And that's what makes this different from anything else in motorsport. His New Zealand roots, his supercars legacy, and his road course dominance already gave him global recognition. But NASCAR is a different beast entirely. And now, for the first time, there's a real possibility forming. If he figures out ovals completely and becomes a true championship contender, NASCAR doesn't just gain a fast driver. It gains something it has been missing for years, a global crossover story that pulls in fans who would have never watched the sport otherwise. But even as the oval narrative grows, the road course story isn't finished yet. He is still just 1 win away from tying Jeff Gordon's legendary record of 6 consecutive road course victories, a record that has stood untouched for over 2 decades. Every time the calendar brings back a road course like Coda or Watkins Glen, that storyline comes back to life. But the real question, the one that defines everything, is still the oval progression. Because through 7 races in 2026, that progression is no longer theoretical. It's real. It's measurable. And it's getting faster. The conversation inside the garage is already shifting. It's no longer, can he compete on ovals? It's becoming, how far can he go? And how quickly can he get there? Even SVG himself can feel it. He admitted that what once felt impossible now feels achievable, but not complete. He described his current form as somewhere between 8th and 15th place most weeks on ovals. That might not sound dramatic, but compared to where he started running deep in the 30s, it's a massive jump. The gap is closing. Week by week, race by race, the trend is pointing in one direction. The critics are getting quieter. The results are getting louder. And somewhere in the middle of it all, the rugby ball is still waiting.